Hey guys, today I want to talk about a specific topic, and one of the things that I want to talk about is why does it seem like new heroes keep releasing as overpowered or just really powerful, possibly overtuned, and the majority of them seem to get nerfs within about 2 weeks? Well, I think it would be very easy to dismiss this question by simply saying money, but in reality, it's a little bit more complicated than just money. If you want to explain a little bit on why this is, we can go back a few weeks and we can look at the win rates of specific heroes. For example, Tirana just got a rework and her win rate shot up. We can look a little bit further back and we could look at Asmodan after he got a rework and his win rate shot up. So even the reworked heroes, the ones that everyone already owns, is also getting huge win rate increases. Whenever there's a new hero or a reworked hero, they get very powerful, despite the fact that it might be a cheap hero. Like when Sonya got her rework, her win rate shot up, and that was a cheap hero, 4,000 gold hero. Almost everyone already owned her. So Blizzard makes nothing off of that. So I talked to someone at Blizzard about this, and I actually am going to have a full interview with Blizzard at BlizzCon about this, which I don't know if this video is going to be before or after that, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But I wanted to explain a little bit about why I personally believe this is the case, and why it's already been kind of confirmed that this is the case before. The major issue is that when a hero is released, the more difficult the hero is, they're worried that this hero might be too difficult for your average player. They want people to feel the hero as they should be felt, like as they should be when they start playing the hero, so that they could be like, you know what, I do want to learn this hero. And then they start nerfing them later, so that once you actually get a hang of the hero and you start getting good at the hero, they're nerfed down to where this hero is actually balanced. But they start out a little bit overpowered because more difficult heroes take longer to learn. And this is not just for regular players, this is for pro players as well. One of my favorite examples is looking at the patch notes for Hanzo. Sorry for switching from a dark screen to a bright screen. Now I feel like I'm getting blinded. When Hanzo was first released, he was a very powerful hero, but his win rate was pretty average. He was sitting anywhere between like 51 and like maybe 53% at most. After his first thing, we see that his damage goes up a little bit. After his first initial change, his damage goes up on one of his abilities. Well, he couldn't be too overpowered, because if he was overpowered, they wouldn't be buffing him. Then he gets nerfed, and he gets nerfed, and he gets... Hold up. And he gets nerfed, and he gets nerfed, and he gets nerfed. Actually, there's a basic attack increase, basic attack damage increase, but then every other aspect of him gets nerfed. And that's where we were left off with Hanzo. What about Genji? Let's change this over to Genji. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Again, starts off as a really powerful hero. And he gets... Well, first he gets the a buff, a Dragon Claw buff. Once again, difficult to play hero that starts off getting buffs because people don't play him to his full potential. Once people learn how to play him, what do we see? We see a nerf. We see a nerf. We see a nerf. We see a nerf. We see a buff to his health, a nerf to his trait, as well as a nerf to his E, and a slight buff to his damage. And then they nerf him. And then they nerf him. And there we go. They nerf back down his damage even further. So the same thing happened with Genji as well as Hanzo, where they released them, and the final state is so far from the actual state that we had previously because of all the nerfs along the way. In reality, they want to release heroes that feel good to play. If they released Genji in his current state, people would think that he's the most underpowered hero in the game. And his win rate does kind of show that. But if people didn't know how to play him and he was released in his current state, his win rate would probably be between 25 and 35%. There have been heroes released in the past. When I say most heroes are released in this overpowered state so that we can learn to play them better, Blizzard does release heroes that are a little bit nerfed. If you've ever seen Medivh's initial release or Lunara's initial release, they both released under 30% win rates, and they had to be buffed right afterwards. And so it is common for Blizzard to release heroes that are overpowered, but the reason why is because they want you to get a feel for the hero, understand the hero, how they're meant to be played, and practice some things before they initially start just nerfing them down considerably. They don't want people to... They don't want you to have to ban heroes because you think they're so bad that you don't want them on your team, yet they're new. They want to make sure that when a new hero comes out, everyone gets the opportunity to play that hero, have fun on that hero, before they actually make sure that they're balanced once people really learn how to play them. Sometimes Blizzard also makes mistakes. They release a hero that seems balanced on PTR, and then people find out something new when they're actually released. Zari was kind of an example of that, is that she started off on PTR, she was pretty balanced, but then when she actually hit release, she was actually just absolutely busted. So they do make mistakes here and there, but generally this is the reason why heroes are released overpowered, is because they usually, especially heroes that have higher skill caps, they want people to feel strong on the heroes, and when they start getting better at the heroes, they start nerfing them down to where they're balanced. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this answered this question, and hopefully we don't think that it's still just about money. It probably is a little bit about money, but overall, there's a lot of other reasons why it's done this way.